everyone, I'm Kim Jacobs, host of The Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock AM Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on The Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. How are you today, Dr. Stan, a.k.a. Dr. Breakthrough?
Hey, I'm blessed and highly favored, just like you. Business is booming and checks are zooming. I'm happy on purpose.
Okay, that means you're real good. You're really on fire today. Praise God. I am so excited, everyone, as you all grab your virtual seats. We're getting ready to have a wonderful episode lined up for you. Go ahead and make sure you share this broadcast and invite your friends to be a part of our discussion. We're talking today with Dr. Stan, also known as Dr. Breakthrough. Now, this man, wait until I formally introduce him to you. He has so many different hats that he wears, and he has helped people from all walks of life be able to break through obstacles and break through circumstances and situations in their lives. So today we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time with Dr. Breakthrough. All right, listen, many of you want to say, how do I go about telling people to tune in and to subscribe and all of that? Make sure you all tell them they can check out our YouTube channel, and you can definitely have them subscribe, as well as turn that notification bell to all, and they will receive an alert every time we go live. Are you ready for this, Dr. Stan?
I'm ready. Come on, let's do this.
You were born ready?
I was born ready.
Okay. So tell everybody, just in a trailer piece, what can they expect to hear from you today on this broadcast, so they can go ahead and start tagging all their friends?
Well, they can expect to find out that they may be just one step to a massive breakthrough, but I'm going to give them a 7-step formula that will guarantee that they will receive a breakthrough. And I've tested and tried it, not just myself, but spoken to tens and hundreds of thousands of people, and I'm here to bless you.
Oh, thank you so much for coming here to the Kim Jacobs Show to bless our studio audience. So listen, everybody, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to hear from one of our episode sponsors, which is, I don't know which one. I think we're playing Hunter Everidge Law Firm first. So attorney Charles Everidge, I know there's attorney Peyton, attorney Hunter, and a whole bunch. Actually, one of them is coming on Monday to just stop in and share some tips with you all. So make sure you know that we have them popping into the virtual studio audience as well. But check them out right here on this commercial break, and we'll be right back. All right.
I'm attorney Charles Everidge. I started out representing insurance companies until my father was seriously injured at work. 4 of his fingers were amputated. Our family went through a lot, so I know what you're going through as an injured worker. If you've been hurt on the job, call me now. I'll fight to get the workers' comp benefits you may deserve. I'll fight for you like family. Put my experience to work for you. Call 704-457-5000, the first call for injured workers.
And we are talking with Dr. Stan Harris. And this man, first of all, he's been inducted into the Martial Arts Hall of Fame. I want to make sure I share an introduction video, because I think that kind of says a lot right there. So let me just show a video that I think will give you an idea of who Dr. Stan, also known as Dr. Breakthrough, who he is.
Going through tough times and life seems rough, go to Dr. Breakthrough, he'll boost you up. Life ain't so hard with the right motivator. Dr. Stan Harris, expert communicator.
In the big city or in the sticks, Dr. Breakthrough gon' break the bricks.
All finances and relationships. Dr. Breakthrough got the perfect breakthrough facilitator. Dr. Breakthrough can develop money makers. When you want to break through, he'll come through. And Dr. Stan Harris is the one to help you. Never have to worry, never feeling blue. Gotta call the doctor so he can help you. Get a breakthrough, what you want to do. Get a breakthrough, what you trying to do.
Do not try that at home. Yeah, I think we're muted.
Let's make sure you know this definitely takes some expert assistance, okay? Because I can do that all day long until I get some assistance. I might end up just losing something. So let's get this training today here on the Kim Jacobs Show. So listen, Dr. Breakthrough, Dr. Stan Harris, also known as Dr. Breakthrough, is a best-selling author, a master coach, and the world's first breakthrough speaker facilitator. He has been voted into both the Black Belt and Motivational Speakers Hall of Fame. He's also built a team of 1.5 million members worldwide in a home-based business. Oh my goodness, okay? He has spoken to as many as 17,000 people in one setting. And I put up two fingers, but one setting. And he's also spoken in all 50 states and 28 countries, getting paid up to about $47,000 for an hour.
Oh, y'all get a discount.
Empowering others to experience breakthroughs. And he is committed to educating, empowering, and elevating people through breakthrough any barrier that tries to hinder your success or my success. Welcome, Dr. Breakthrough, to the Kim Jacobs Show.
Hey, it's a privilege again and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure. And y'all get a big discount today, so don't worry about that.
Okay. So, I know.
But hey, Kim, wait, I got to say, though, I love your energy. I love what you do. You're just like an incredible person. As a matter of fact, several people that I told about your show, they're like, oh, I tuned in the Kim Jacobs Show every day.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm so glad. Maybe more people will subscribe because you're on here today. So definitely tell everybody to go and subscribe and turn that notification bell on. Okay. So you can get your breakthrough. All right, listen. I am excited that you're here, and I know that you're extremely motivated. You share great tips with people that are life transforming. But really, on today's episode, I do want to go back a little bit and hear just who is Stan Harris? Tell us who you are, especially from some of your younger years, to take us to where you became so motivated. So let's go.
Wow. You put me in mind of what I call my ABCD. That's my adorable brown caramel delight, my wife, Nadia. Because when we met, I wanted her to come here and speak. And she's like, I don't take this wrong, but I'd rather not.
Well, I have to put her up now.
Yeah, there you go. That's
that's his A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z.
But yeah, she said, don't take it wrong. She said, but I just want to get to know the man Stan. I don't want the Dr. Stan, the Dr. Breakthrough, the speaker, the breakthrough. She said, I just want to get to know. She said, all that stuff is easy. And I don't want to get caught up in that. I just want to get to know you. And so for folks that just want to get to know me, right, without the Dr. Stan, and we'll talk about where all that came from. But, my dad left when I was 3 years of age, Kim, and my mom was a single parent mom. It was a terrible situation when I was 6 years of age. I want you to imagine you're out in the middle of a field playing, and a gang of teenagers came my way. And so imagine this, and you're scared to death. You're crying out because something bad. Your body gives you signals. Something's about to happen.
Right.
And I'm just a 6-year-old boy, not bothering anybody. And they grabbed me, and one guy hit me in the stomach. Bam! I don't know if you ever been hit in the stomach, had the air knocked you. You're trying to breathe, you can't breathe. And they start I'm a 6-year-old boy. And they just start these teenagers beating all over me. And literally one guy picks me up and slams me on the ground. And then they start stomping all over me like I was an ant or a roach, and they start kicking all over me and beating on. And literally, I'm bleeding from everywhere you can bleed. And you would think that was enough, but that wasn't enough. One of these guys flipped me over where I was face up, took a great big old bucket of tar and poured the tar on my face, on my body. And then they took a bunch of feathers, literally threw them on me, and left me in the middle of a field to die. Now, thank God somebody finally found me and rushed me to the hospital. But I mean, again, it would only take one 6-year-old boy, one teenager to be up a 6-year-old boy, but a gang of And then all that, the tar and feather, this is back in the 60s, right? And so turbulent times back there. So my life was a mess, needless to say. And not only that, I've been sexually abused and, of course, physically abused and racially abused. And, matter of fact, I tried to commit suicide on 2 occasions before I was 12 years of age. Now, again, I got to say, thank God I failed. Right? I was like, I'm so glad I failed. But my life was such a mess. I was in such a hopeless situation. And then, of course, in the turbulent 60s, and I'm thinking, because I'm Black, I can never be successful. And one day I heard a poem to help set me free. If I could just give you that poem, if you don't mind.
I want the poem, and I want to know what happened to those boys too. So tell us the poem.
So the poem goes like this: fleecy locks and Black complexion cannot forfeit nature's claim. Skin may differ, but affection dwells in black and white the same. Or eyes so tall as to reach the pole, to glance at the ocean at a span. I must be measured by my soul. The mind is the standard of a man. And then it dawned on me, it's not the color of my skin, the texture of my hair, or where I grew up, but rather it's what I put in here. As a matter of fact, Dr. Breakthrough says, what you put in your head that affects your heart determines what comes to your hand. And if you want more coming to your hand, you got to put more in your head that affects your heart. And that's what the Kim Jacobs Show is doing today, baby.
Yes, I love it. I love it. But you said that these teenagers, was it some kind of initiation? What was it that was happening?
I was a gang of teenagers. I was a 6-year-old boy. I don't know. Like I said, it's just one of those things. I mean, as a matter of fact, one day I'll never forget, my brothers and I, my 2 of my younger brothers, there's 5 of us all together now, but
Right.
and we rode our bikes, quote unquote, in the wrong side of town. And, white folks came after us with crowbars, baseball bats. And I mean, I think I was like 11 and my other brother was 10, the other 9. And, it was crazy. It was just crazy, the things that were happening back then. There was so much hate and animosity and so forth. And here's what I realized, though, to help me get over it. And that's what we're going to, in my formula, the first step of my formula is the one thing that helps set me free. Because see, I went, and here's the danger, Kim. I went from being a victim to a victimizer.
Okay.
But thank God now I'm a victor. Oh, come on, somebody.
So you went from being a victim, a victimizer, to being a victor.
See, hurt folks that haven't been healed were hurt folks. And that's what happened with these teenagers. They were so hurt. And so, but here's what I say, but hurt people who allow God to heal them now can help others. And so my brother actually was part of a gang and growing. And so for a while, like I said, I became a victimizer. I went with them one day, and they all had these chains, choker chains. Back then, when they had the bib overalls with the choker chain, and they were all beating on this guy. And I was like, first, they're like, hey, you get him, so I jumped and did a side kick and kicked the guy, knocked him down. And I'll tell you about how I got involved in martial arts here in a second. But
this is
they
like a roller coaster ride.
Oh my goodness. They start hitting with the choker chains. And I'm like, hey guys, stop. And so I was like, look, I can't do this. I can't be part of this. Right. But for a moment I was, and that's called being a victimizer, because again, hurt people that don't get healed hurt other people. And so I had to learn to look at people as being broken and not so much bad, right? But again, at the time and for a season, a lot of times when people go through great trauma like that, right? And especially, like I said, when you're taking all the other abuses together, I mean, I've been beat by a choker chain for a dog by one of my mom's boyfriends, fiberglass bow and arrow set. I mean, just crazy stuff, right? But like I said, I tried to commit suicide because I was just hopeless for a while. And again, thank God I chickened out. Thank God I failed. And I'm talking to somebody today. You're in that hopeless situation. I'm coming to tell you, my friend, I am now living a life far beyond my dreams. So please, if I would have taken my life back then, I would have never experienced the great things I'm experiencing now. And so I understand your pain. And by the way, HOPE, my acronym, one of them is HOPE, hold on. Pain ends. Oh, come on, somebody. Hold on. Pain ends.
Pain ends. Hope. Hold on, everyone. Pain does come to an end, according to Dr. Stan, aka Dr. Breakthrough. So all of this which I had no idea, all of this that transpired in your childhood, your younger years, it took you to what made you say, okay, I need a breakthrough. I need a breakthrough myself. Because it sounds like, yes, your doctor breakthrough, but it was possibly because you personally needed a breakthrough. So when we come back after this commercial break, I want to hear what was your defining moment that I need a breakthrough. When we return. Wow.
It's not just another day, it's a brand new day, full of all the fun, love, and laughter you and your family create. Silver Shield Security understands feeling at home means feeling safe and happy. No credit checks, no contracts. We offer payment arrangements, and we'll even give you a free door camera. Find out how we can brighten your day even more at silvershield-security.com. Silver Shield Security.
We are talking with Dr. Stan, aka Dr. Breakthrough, here on the Kim Jacobs Show. And I do see some studio audience comments coming in, so I'm going to come to your comments in a few moments. But I want to hear Dr. Stan, Dr. Breakthrough. What was that defining moment for you?
Well, I talk about, by the way, in my book, Your Breakthrough is Guaranteed, but that is pain and adversity. It causes some men and women to break, but it causes others to break records. And so one of the things I had to learn to teach people is that within your pain is hidden power, and then you can leverage that power to create profit, to profit others, and then, of course, to profit yourself. Because you see, I used to be so down and so mad, and I was so full of rage. You remember back in the day, we talked about a chip on the shoulder?
Yes.
Right? Well, I would knock my chip off just so I could be, I was just full of rage. It was like, because I bottled all that stuff up. And one day I found out that bitterness, and we'll talk about that in our first step, but bitterness and resentment does more harm to the vessel in which is stored than it does the victim on whom it's poured. But the changing moment, again, all this compounding, dad leaving home, never calling, never sending mom a dime, never. What happened after that? I remember saying to myself, this is not going to happen to me anymore. I'm going to learn how to protect myself. Now imagine, here's the power of the mind. I just made up my mind. And this is one of the most powerful things that I teach. As a matter of fact, I've got a 21-day breakthrough challenge. And on day 4, I teach this one principle. And the lady told me it's worth the whole course. And she said, I would have paid 10 times, just this one thing. And I'm going to give it right now because this is what I used before I knew what it was.
Okay.
I didn't understand it. But here it is. Once I make up my mind to do something. See, most folks don't have their mind made up. They're still him and haw. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, right? And look, you got to have like what I call a Popeye moment. I've stands all I can stands and I can't stands no more, right? And so once I make up my mind to do something, God will orchestrate circumstances to align themselves in my favor. Mm-hmm. When I say I can't, my mind stops trying. Mm-hmm. But when I ask, how can I? My mind keeps searching until it finds a way. There's a way, and I will find it. And if not, by the grace of God, I'll just have to invent it.
Okay,
nothing can resist a human will, which will stake even his existence at the extent of his purpose. And so I made that decision, Kim, and something happened then once I made that decision. But I'll let you talk, and then I'll come back and tell you what happened.
Oh, you know what? I feel like I'm in a sermon. I'm like, y'all better get in the room. Get in the room. Get in the room and hear this message. Dr. Breakthrough, you're sharing such profound information already. And we like literally just in the first half of the broadcast here. And I'm already like, what? Praise the Lord. Listen. Okay.
My wife always says, baby, just breathe. Okay.
Yeah. You got me worked up over here. Not even see. You should have been on just to mediate because I'm over here. I'm like, what kind of host am I? I'm in the service. I'm like, yes, hallelujah. Listen, I am. I'm trying to think about the fact that what you're saying, and because I want to make sure people get a chance in the studio audience to process what you're saying. You're saying once you get a chance to make up in your mind that you can, then can't is going to go out the window, basically, right?
Exactly. In my book, I talk about success comes in cans, failure comes in can'ts. And all my early life, I kept saying, I can't, I'm no good, I've never amounted to me anything, because especially children that have all this trauma, you internalize everything. You start thinking it's all my fault, right? Yeah. It's something that I did wrong. I'm no good. And I heard, you dumb kid, you'll never amount to me anything, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So I'm internalizing this. And so that's why I tell people, man, my main message in life, I love it, is every master was once a mess. Therefore, every mess can one day be a master. And so my life was a mess, but my breakthrough formula, and again, but here's the thing, I made up my mind. And guess what, Kim? My mom, all of a sudden, quote unquote, coincidence. Now I say a coincidence, it's God's way of remaining anonymous.
Okay.
My mother won a free month of karate lessons. Now watch this. I went with her. I got all these, my brothers, none of them went. I went and watched. They were kicking and screaming and hollering and chopping, and it was good. Her free month ran out. Mama was so committed. You know, free's good. And I got a free gift for everybody too, by the way. But watch this. But when you're serious, you're willing to invest something. So after her free month one, she started paying her. And every month, Mama got better and better and better until one month she got too good. Now, Kim, you got to ask me, say, what's too good?
So now wait, your mom was officially, before I ask you what's too good, your mom was officially taking the karate classes herself for the free month. And you were just there.
But then she continued. Yeah, and I was just there watching.
You were just there as a bystander?
But then she started, yes. And then she started paying. And every month she's getting better and better. And I'm watching. I'm here the whole time. Every time she's at class, I'm watching. Right?
Unbelievable.
But she got too good.
Okay, answer the question now. Go ahead.
So what's too good? Her and her boyfriend got in a fight, and she knocked him out. Wait a minute. Now, when I saw my 5'1" mother knock out a 6'1" dude, I looked at my brother Ronald. Ronald looked at Lonnie. We looked at the guy on the ground. We said, man, whatever you do, don't mess with my mama. My mama bad, man. My mama's bad.
My mama is the real deal. So you better watch it.
My mother got it because of her breakthrough. It dawned on me, if I learned this is the stuff I need to learn. If I can learn this, I can protect myself next. If I can learn this, I won't be so insecure having to try to prove to everybody who I am, right? Because insecure people, they have to try to fight to try to prove to themselves or to others or whatever else. But once you know what you can do, right? And so here's what I'm telling. This is why somebody listening, you got to get your breakthrough, because other folk, they don't care about Dr. Breakthrough. They don't care about Kim Jacobs. But when they see you get a breakthrough, and they're closely connected to you, they're like, wait a minute, if they can do it, maybe I can do it. And so I got started in martial arts. 4 hours on Monday, I worked out. 4 hours on Tuesday. 4 hours on Wednesday. 4 hours on Thursday. Friday, 4 hours. Saturday, we travel out town fighting tournaments. I gave it everything I had until eventually I became the Pennsylvania. I lived in Pennsylvania at the time. Pennsylvania tri-state champion. I was just a teenager. I wouldn't even fight with teenagers anymore. They weren't any competition. I'd gotten so good. I would fight with the grown men. But here's the key, though. How did I get so good? I said, when I joined, I said, first of all, they made fun of me. They called me Mr. Baboon. I tripped over my own feet. I mean, I was a bag, but I was determined, though. Right. And that's one of the principles I'm going to teach here. But I'm saying this, my friend. I got started because of what I saw it do for my mother. And then it changed my life.
So you know what? Now, this is such a profound moment, especially here on the Kim Jacobs Show, because this show, again, is about how people, a lot of you are mothers that watch this show. You're women, you're busy women, you either single moms, some of you have no children, but you're the mother to somebody else's child. There are a lot of hats that we wear that's tuning into the Kim Jacobs Show. What I hear you saying, Dr. Breakthrough, is that your mother, your single mother at the time, she was single, right? Your single mother at the time probably just said, you know what? One of y'all come on with me. Come on, because I'm staying. Come on, because I got to run over here. I'm getting ready to do my lesson.
No, she invited us all. None of them wanted to go but me.
Oh, so she said, hey, all of y'all come on.
Yeah, she's like, come on, I'm going to, I got this free month of karate. By the way, that was Shotokan. Now I got started in what's called Isshunryu karate, but Shotokan karate. And so they were like, so I was like, I'll go with you, Mom. I'll go.
But you just went, you didn't go because you were thinking that you would ever become Dr. Breakthrough.
Oh, no.
So my point is that, listen, everyone that's out here is moms, women, and people that you are mentoring as younger people in your life. You don't know what you're doing that's going to really shape the future of the person that you have been assigned to. So Dr. Breakthrough, his mom was assigned to his overall destiny. And I don't want to, you got me about to preach, Dr. Breakthrough. Your mama was a part of your destiny.
Come on now.
Oh my gosh. And we don't even know that this is going to be the result, that you're going to go on to be in the martial arts. Well, I won't even reveal what you're in right now. What? All right, listen. Dr. Breakthrough is here today. He's talking to us about how to get your breakthrough. And I see some of the virtual studio audience comments. Mackenzie backstage, if you can pop those up, I'd greatly appreciate it. Trenton, now she would pop her husband's comment up first. Now it's like 100 other comments up there, right? But she pops up Trenton Rhodes, which is her husband, her Boaz. The Bible says that those who sow in tears shall reap in joy. Pain creates joy. Pressure creates diamonds. Great comment, Trenton.
Yeah. By the way, a diamond is just a piece of coal that endured the test of time.
That's right. That's right. Your mama didn't play no games, is what.
Hey, as a matter of fact, one of my brothers, Lonnie, was making fun one time, and my mom's he was in the chair. My mom side kicked him. It went flying over the chair, circled, fell on the ground. We were like, Mom, don't kick us or chop us. Get the belt. Do the belt instead. No.
Yeah, that right there in today's time would be child abuse.
We talk about back in the 60s and 70s, but hey, when you're a single parent mother, hey.
It's like instead of spare the rod, spoil the child, and all that stuff.
Five hard-head boys altogether. 5 hard-head boys.
5 boys. Your mama had to learn some. Boy, you want some of this? You want some of this? Don't play. Oh, listen, your mama did not play no games. That's our sunshine expert, Athena Robertson. Wow. Okay. Any other comments? Let's pop some more up right quick. And also, if you all want to jump onto today's broadcast, just use that link, copy and paste it in your browser. It'll bring you right on screen. Yes, you preaching, Dr. Stan. And this is an amazing testimony. I see your comment, Athena. Let's see. I see Vanita up there saying amen. Vanita Henson said, hey, amen to what you're saying. Amazing testimony, Athena says. Yes, can't will go out the mind. Yes.
Come on now.
Great comment, Lily
Gray.
Great comment.
She took my 21-day breakthrough challenge, and she has our book, Your Breakthrough is Guaranteed.
All right. So she's
one of the ones that said, I'm on. When I put on my post, she said, I be on the Kim Jacobs show every day.
Well, thank you so much for being a faithful viewer. I appreciate you. And definitely, you guys, just share the broadcast on your different pages so that your friends don't miss this opportunity to hear some life-changing information. Good morning to you, Lily. I'm so glad that you're tuned in today. Thank you for being our virtual studio audience special member out there. All right. So listen, I'm trying to think now. It says, come on now. I see you, MD. Alaman says, lovely. I see somebody saying you are a victor. I see people saying, Bishop Amir May. I want to take a second just to tell you all, Bishop Amir May is just recently appointed to, you talking about breaking through, right? So Church of God in Christ, we have churches around the world. He is now appointed, him and his wife. He's the bishop and his wife, Lady Kenya May. And we have a supervisor designate in the jurisdiction called the UAE Dubai district.
Wow.
So now Kojic is in Dubai. Yay. And it's under his leadership. I'm so excited that our international bishop appointed him, Bishop Amir J. May Sr. So I'm excited about that. And they're getting ready to go and have a big celebration soon. I'm not revealing the details and the dates because people can track you down. But anyway, we're excited that they're going to be taking Dubai by storm. So I'm excited about that. Glad to have you on, Bishop May. Good morning, Derwin says. Good morning, Kim Jacobs, and great to be here. Great to have you here too. Great to have you. All right. So we're going to take another commercial break and we got to jump into the seven-step formula. Let's do it, right?
But before you do that, you got to find out how I got the name Dr. Breakthrough.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, tell me how to do the interview. Let me go ahead and just stop right now. No commercial. Hello, Dr. Stan, also known as Dr. Breakthrough. Would you be kind enough to tell us how you got the name Dr. Breakthrough now, not after the break, right now?
It was when I was in the midst of a breakdown. And by the way, most of your undeniable breakthroughs will only come after overwhelming breakdown. But see, if you don't back down, you'll end up breaking through. Greatest book ever written says, unless a corn of wheat fall on the ground and die, it abideth alone. But if it die, it'll bring forth much fruit. So before that eaglet can learn to fly, he has to go be dropped down first, then it comes up. But at any rate, me and Willie Jolly were speaking at Howard University. And he said, Dr. Stan, branding is everything. He said, man, I know you're 10th degree black belt. That's the top in the world. He said, and you're a few credits away from doctor of naturopath. And I know you got a PhD in ministry. He said, but man, he said, branding is everything. And he said, I've never seen anybody explain breakthrough as well as you do. And then you demonstrate it. He said, you write things on the bricks like fear and procrastination and doubt, and you break them. And then you teach your audience, you breaking boards, and then you bring some of them up. He said, he says, like a doctor, like somebody has a problem, they go to the doctor, he writes a prescription. You're the guy that has a prescription for a breakthrough. You should be called Dr. Breakthrough. I looked at him and I said, well, Doc, I appreciate your kindness. I don't know if that's all the way true, but I promise you one thing. I will live the rest of my life to make sure it's true. And hence, that's where Dr. Breakthrough, it caught on.
Wow.
So I tell people, I got to give a disclaimer. I can't provide the breakthrough. I just prescribe the breakthrough. But when people follow my breakthrough prescription, God Almighty provides it. And the breakthrough is exploding through barriers that at one time seemed insurmountable.
Wow. Now, okay, you're going to be in the interview seat for 1 second because I want you to ask me a question. Okay. So ask me, how did I become?
Yes. How did you become the balance doctor?
Okay, yes, I'm so glad you asked, Dr. Breakthrough, and it's such an honor to be here on your show for a moment. And so the way that I became the balance doctor is people were asking me a lot of advice on how do I manage all of the different hats and responsibilities. And people could see some of the things that I was struggling with. My child passing away. I had 3 children with cystic fibrosis. I'm owning different businesses, nonprofit organizations, you name it, and ministry, a leader in ministry, a lot of different hats. And so one day my friend Sean and I were sitting down and we were doing a brain data dump type of thing. And she shared with me, Kim, there are like the PhDs, there's the MDs, but there is no BD. And I was like, well, girl, what's the BD? She said, you're the balance doctor. I am the balance doctor. And then my son, Frankie, he was like, Mom, you're not only the balance doctor, you're the mother dreamer. I was like, what?
Wow.
Said, okay, so now I had to merge the two together. I started a mother dreamer movement because one of my dreams is to help other women overcome their circumstances and their issues and their obstacles and let them know that no matter what season you are in your life, that you can balance this thing called life, even when it looks out of balance. Because guess what? We're not perfect and we go through different seasons, but it's the season that God knew that we would be in that phase of our lives. So are we really out of balance? No, no, we're not. We're just in the will of God for that phase of our lives. Anyway, okay, let me put myself back over here now. So I'm the balance doctor.
Keep it real, keep it relevant, keep it relatable with the balance doctor.
All right, y'all, listen. When we come back after this commercial break, only with your permission, Dr. Breakthrough, are we allowed to go to the 7-step formula that's guaranteed according to Dr. Breakthrough?
Guaranteed breakthrough. So come back and bring somebody with you.
All right, come back and bring somebody with you. All right. Go ahead to the commercial break, Mackenzie. Wow.
Nothing says I love you more than final expense insurance whole life protection. With funeral advocacy nationwide, saving you and your family 30 to 80% off funerals and cremations. Nothing says I love you more than Get Insured Solutions, LLC. GetInsured.Solutions, 704-499-3616.
Everyone, we are back with Dr. Stan, also known as Dr. Breakthrough. So when he talks to you, these are the kind of things that he can help people that have followed some of his strategies accomplish. So let me show you. I think visualization is always better. Let me show you.
And I'm not going to put my hand down there because, I see you got this. Come on. Everybody breakthrough time.
Breakthrough time.
Breakthrough time.
Breakthrough time.
All right.
That was a lady who never broke a board before in her life, and she said she didn't think she could. Because I said, who in here has never broken a board? Who knows you can't? She raised her hand. I said, good. You're the one I got to teach. So come on up here. And I said, when I'm done with you in less than 5 minutes, you'll break this board.
And she's pretty petite too. Let me see. see. Let me
Yes,
see. Let me see.
yes,
Hold on. I
she's
gotta put it
real
back again.
petite. And I'm not gonna put my
Did I
hand on
add it
it.
in yet? No, let me.
Yeah,
Back.
I see you guys. Come on. Everybody breakthrough time.
Breakthrough time!
Breakthrough time.
Breakthrough time!
Get out of here. And that, what did that do for her, Dr. Breakthrough, when you did that?
Well, first of all, what I did, I had to write on the side of the board because in her case, it was fear. So I had to write fear. And I said, if you break through fear, what do you have on the other? What would that allow you to do? And so on the other side of the board, right? And so I was telling her. And so when we go through our breakthrough 7 steps, we'll show that. But yeah, she got free and liberated. As a matter of fact, the guy at that event with Dr. Myron Golden, who had the event, had me speak. Guess what? Now she got so many breakthroughs. She now works for him.
Get out of here.
Exactly. Now she helps put on the events and so forth. And so just the other day she was telling me, she's like, oh, I can't thank you enough for that, you know. And so that's one of the things, is getting the audience engaged. Because see, it's not enough for them to look and say, oh, look at Dr. Breakthrough, look how good he is. No. If I'm real good, I'm able to transfer the you, because my whole life, Kim, I never thought I could do much of anything. And that's why even what I'm doing today, all this I thought was impossible. And then when I got a mental shift and actually going through my 7 steps is what gave me my breakthrough. So as Dr. Breakthrough, I needed more breakthroughs than anybody I know.
Wow. And that's from your childhood, some of your teenagers and different things. But when you got into the martial arts industry, basically,
Yes.
it opened up for you. And
The
thanks to your
self-discipline.
mom
That-
exposing you to that.
exactly.
You never
That-
know what a child's going to become until you give them the opportunity to experience it. So Dr. Breakthrough is
Yes.
going to share with us 7 steps that he says does what for people?
Guaranteed breakthrough. So it's a formula. And here's a formula. A formula, write this down, folks, is something that works every time by everyone that works it in every situation they work it in.
Okay.
See, Kim, I kept excusing myself. I kept saying, yeah, but I didn't come from a good home. I came from the poor side. I grew up in the projects, blah, blah, blah. I'm not this, I'm not that. No. A formula is something that works every time by everyone that works it in every situation they work it in. So by the way, I teach transcendent principles. So it works in all these different arenas, my friend. So whether it's in the church atmosphere, whether it's in the business, whether it's in your family, it doesn't matter. So my friend, I'm telling you, here's the 7 steps. Step number 1 is forgiveness. Listen, I'm not telling you I think you could have a breakthrough. I'm crazy enough. I put out a book, Your Breakthrough is Guaranteed, right? And I'm teaching right now on my guaranteed breakthrough formula. Step number 1 is forgiveness. See, my breakthrough had to come in, first of all, with forgiveness. And if I didn't forgive those teenagers, if I didn't forgive all the people that abused me if I didn't forgive, then guess what? I would still be chained to that.
Right.
And so, folks, the first thing I notice is you have to have forgiveness. Listen, I taught my children growing up, life is not fair. I said, say it. I said, Josh, say life is not fair. Christina, say it. Life is not fair. Josiah, say it. Justin, say it. And they had to keep saying over. Come on, say it again. I said, now, but God is fair. But as long as you're in this life, things happen. So don't get bogged down on what's not fair. I said, one day he'll make everything right. And sometimes it may not happen till you get to heaven. But I'm telling you this, just bank on it. And here's what I taught him, though. I taught him, just like when Judas kissed Jesus turned and called him friend. Friend, you just betrayed me. Yeah, but see, Jesus knew his purpose. And part of his purpose was, I came to die. So when you were betraying me, you thought you was doing me harm.
Right.
Like Joseph said, you meant it for evil, God meant it for good. God used that. And those teenagers don't know it, but God used that trauma to cause me to say, I'm going to do something to learn how to protect myself. And guess what? I started working out with the best guy in the class. And guess what? They laughed at me, made fun of me. But I told them, laugh now, because one day I'm going to whoop all y'all. And that day came, by the way.
And that day truly did come.
No, seriously. By the way, when my sensei, Japanese word for teacher, instructor, when he was getting on this dying bed, he said, now, when I pass, Dr. Harris inherits my whole system, everything. You talking about an honor? You talking about I'm the guy that was
that one more time. When
my sensei, the Grand Master, when he passed away, he said, now, Dr. Breakthrough, and at the time I was a 9th degree, he was a 10th degree. He said, when I pass away, he gets my belt, inherits my system.
Oh my God.
I'm passing everything on to him. Like Like me, I was the guy that was tripping over my own feet when I started. I was the guy they used to call Mr. Baboon in class. I was the, but I'm telling you, my friend, but if I hadn't had, again, forgiveness, I had to learn to forgive because listen, my friend, those people that thought they were doing me wrong, literally God was able to use that, my friend, to push me, to make me so determined. I was working out. They like, Harris, ease up. I'm like, no, y'all don't understand. I got different momentum than you got, right? But you got to forgive it. Listen. Your history doesn't determine your destiny. So you got to break through all that, my friend. You got to break. I used to just keep rehearsing what happened to me, and I'm not this, and I'm no good, and I must not be this. And I had to learn. Once I learned to forgive, all that stuff started dissipating, my friend. So if you have to, you got to write a letter to your abusers, and if you want to send it to them, fine. If not, but you can just tear it up, burn it up. There's something about doing that, my friend. It's released. It's gone.
Yes, I've done
right?
that. I've done that. I've sealed it, never mailed it, but I mean, you're talking about being therapeutic. I got everything that I had inside of me that was it's like, what? How could this be? I'm just like pouring my soul out on this letter. Now, whether they'll ever see the letter or not,
I got a good friend, by the way, Dr. Johannes J. Christian. They call him, I named him the forgiveness doctor. Driving down the highway, teenager throws an 8-pound boulder off an overpass in Ohio. And the reason why now they have those fences is because of Dr. Johannes J. Christian.
Yes, his face got smashed.
Yes.
And he was blinded as a result of that.
Knocked out both his eyes, all of his teeth, everything. And
all because somebody's playing a game.
Right. And get this now. When they said he wouldn't live, he said he remembers saying, God, whoever did this to me, I forgive them. And the doctor said they never saw anybody get better as fast. And when he met that teenager, he said, I forgive you. The teenager, no, he said, you can't forgive me. I was trying to kill somebody that night. And he said, no, you don't he said, I don't deserve forgiveness. And Dr. Christian said, I don't deserve to be forgiven either. But I've got to do. And so, doctor, listen, I'm telling you, there's so many physical ailments people have. There's so many, sometimes just that step. See, you may be just one step from a massive breakthrough. The first step might be forgiveness. You got to forgive yourself. Listen, you got to forgive others. And if you're like me, type A driven type personality, the hardest thing for me to do is to forgive myself. Wow. And then some of y'all need to forgive God because you put God in the box and you thought he had to do a certain thing and shouldn't let this happen and that happen. Listen, and I don't mean harm, he doesn't need your forgiveness, but you go ahead and forgive him because in your mind, you got something you're holding. If you want to have your breakthrough, step one is forgiveness. This is a guaranteed formula, and that might be the step.
Okay, let's go to a few comments. Vanita says, forgiving is not for them. It is for your peace of mind. I agree with you, Vanita.
Yes. And actually, forgiveness is for both of you. Right. I have to tell you that. Because there's sometimes I've been on and when I did something wrong and I asked for forgiveness, I wanted forgiveness. And when someone says, I forgive you, there's a release.
Yes.
Right. And some people, again, we know they're so messed up. But good people.
Like, no, I meant to do what I did. And it's like, okay, but that's between you and God. I just going to tell you, I forgive you, which I forgive all.
And you don't know, years later, they may change and now they'll be forgiving.
Right.
Right.
And the point is you get it off of you. I love that.
But that's a great point.
Allison, who's one of our faithful viewers, she's also a Patreon member on the Kim Jacobs Show. This is one of our loyal supporters, and we thank you, Allison Ski, for being on today. She says, your history does not determine your destiny, and this is a fact.
Come on.
She also says, what an honor from him. Forgiveness that heals the inner you. I love these comments.
Hey, what about this? Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself and others.
I love it. Lily Gray said, hey, this show is inspiration to my life. And I think all of you have been through. You're still standing by the grace of God. Yes. Thank you. Now, what is point number 2 I have here?
Is faith. Faith. After forgiveness, it has to be faith. By the way, I sometimes when I do my demonstration, I teach people how to break a board. One guy said, look, I tried that before and broke my hand. I said, you weren't with the grandmaster. And so I said, you got to learn to forgive what happened in the past. This time you're going to do it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you how to break 2 boards. And so, but here's the thing though, sometimes if you don't have that forgiveness first, see, a breakthrough means we feel like we should be further ahead. And so a breakthrough sometimes means we're frustrated because I should be making more money. I should own more. I should this, I should that. Stop, excuse the expression, shoulding all over yourself. Forgive yourself. I didn't
Stop.
curse. Stop shoulding.
SHOULD.
Should.
I should. I should. Okay.
SHOULD. Stop
Wow.
should. I woulda, coulda, shoulda. No, stop all that. All right. But number one, after forgiveness, then is faith. Write this down. FAITH. Find answers in the heart. Faith. See, faith sees the victory, doubt sees a way. Doubt sees a
Find
glory night.
answers in the heart. Okay. Write that down, somebody in the studio audience. Find answers in the heart.
The greatest book ever written says, my reins instruct me in the night season. So God said when he made Adam, he said, Adam needs some help. I need to make him a helpmeet. Question: where did God find the help that Adam needed? The help Adam needed was already in himself. And so God, watch this now, a painful process. See, here's the pain again. He had to reach down inside of the man and pull out of the man what was in the man that the man didn't even know was there. Come on, somebody. See,
That's
God
good.
has faith in you. He calls you more than a conqueror. And so you got to learn to have faith. Again, watch this now. Faith, forsaking all, I trust him. My eyes and my senses oftentimes tell me lies. I got to have faith. The world says, fake it till you make it. Dr. Breakthrough says, no, sir, no, ma'am. Faith it until you make it. He calleth those things which be not as though they were. The Dr. Breakthrough version says he calleth those things which be not until they are. When my son's in another room and I call him, if he don't come, I'm not going in there after him. No, I'm not a mama. I'm a dad. I call him louder and I go louder until he finally comes. And you got to call in your harvest. You got to call in your breakthrough, my friend, by faith. I got to stop. I'm getting off.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
It takes faith.
Okay. Number 3. Tell us what point number 3 is.
It's going to take facts. And that is, you got to get some breakthrough and empowering facts. Okay. Now, most people are tuning in to disempowering facts. I want you to tune into empowering facts. Like in my book, I talk about, listen, you beat over 40 million sperm cells to the womb. You, by the way, were created by God to be a breakthrough master. It's part of your very DNA. So your first breakthrough was when you beat all the other sperms. Your second breakthrough, my friend, was when you broke through the walls and you were born. So again, my friend, you have the very DNA of your Heavenly Father. You're a breakthrough master and you don't even know it. And so get some empowering thoughts, some facts like this. People with less talent, less gifts, less abilities have had greater breakthroughs. If they can do it, you can too.
Yes. I feel like, you know what? I
had.
feel like I can do anything right now. Right now on the Kim Jacobs show, I don't know what I'm about to do today, but I'm getting ready to have some kind of breakthrough that's getting ready to change the world. So I believe that God has destined me to come on here and do some stuff that's getting ready to change society, change the world through being it. Anyway, I'm excited. I'm ready. How many of y'all in the studio audience feel like you just are able to just have a better breakthrough because of already 3 steps that have been shared so far? If you do, put it in the chat. Hashtag Dr. Breakthrough. Hashtag Dr. Breakthrough. All right. Tell us. Did I say? Oh, I done spelled it wrong. I'm just doing any old thing over here. You got me too motivated. Okay. Dr. Breakthrough. Hashtag that, everybody. Listen, let us go with step number 4. What is step number 4?
Step number 4 is focus. Write this down. FOCUS. Firmly on course until successful. Not firmly on course until stressful. Says most people like, I tried. No. To try is the lie. To try is allow your spirit to die. You don't say try, you commit. Write this down. You got to be committed to the process. To be bad enough, to feel bad enough, or to be bad enough long enough until you can get good. Let me say it again. You got to be committed to the process of being bad or feeling bad for as long as it takes to get good. So that process, and that's the key. Sometimes that process takes a while, but it's like that caterpillar. And by the way, as the world's first breakthrough speaker, I'm not a motivational guy. I'm a breakthrough guy. The difference?
You know, you're a motivational guy. You're an inspirational guy, motivational.
I use motivation, inspiration, education, oftentimes in martial arts demonstration. But motivation is like the caterpillar moving slow, and the caterpillar needs to go faster. But that's not what I do. I help the caterpillar in the cocoon, and eventually out of the cocoon is a beautiful butterfly. So it's total transformation. So, but it's a process. So that process, when the caterpillar is in the cocoon, it's a dark place, it's a lonely place, seemingly impossible to get out of place. But guess what? The caterpillar has to stay focused on, I'm not staying in here forever. I'm going to be a beautiful butterfly one day. And so you got to learn to focus, my friend, firmly on course until successful. Focus. Fixated on creating ultimate success.
That's so good. That is so good. I love this. And yes, definitely, Allison Skeet says, understand that your providence is no coincidence. She says that often. That is a beautiful saying. And then who else? Oh, Dr. Lotus Rashay is on. She has the Lotus Rashay Ignites show. Now, Dr. Breakthrough, you have to be on Dr. Lotus Rashay's. Y'all, your energy mirrors each other, okay?
Hey, if she's waiting for me, she's late. Come on, let's do this.
Oh, she said note takers a moneymaker. She is like, right now, y'all gonna be exploding and igniting on the Dr. Lotus Rashay show. Faith, Lily says, actually equals finding answers in the heart. Yes. I see you, Sarah Beth. You say you all the way from the Philippines. Yes. Make sure you all continue to spread this with your friends.
By the way, I've spoken in all 50 states, 28 countries, but I haven't been to the Philippines yet.
Well, that's because you haven't met Sarah Beth. She's probably going to bring you over there some kind of way. I see you also, Ezequiel, watching from Manila. Glad to have you tuned in. Y'all make sure you share with your friends and your family. Yes, Dr. Lotus Rashay, I know you're sharing it around the world. And definitely, I am not waiting for you, Dr. Stan. I'm already in the studio. That's what she said. All right. I see you. Katie Leon says focus is the key. And Lotus Rashay. Oh, this is good. MD Alamin says, come on over to the Philippines, Dr. Stan.
Have wife will travel.
Yes. Okay, let's go to point number 5.
Okay, and this breakthrough formula, again, remember, formula is something that works every time in every situation by everyone who works it. So point number 5 is force. And that is, it's time to take action. By the way, so like when I teach somebody how to break a board or whatever else, the first thing is forgiveness. Forgive your fear. Like I was like, no, you got to have faith. And I was like, by the way, if you were me, could you do this? They're like, well, of course. Okay, well, the powder's in me. I give it to you. And then you got to have the facts. Understand there's some facts. And I teach some facts about breaking the board that frees their mind. And then you got to have focus. I say, I don't want you to hit the board. I want you to aim 3 inches below the board. And people that have that focus, you got to do that. And then force. It's time to take action. It's time to do something. See, I put on Facebook the other day, I'm willing to work for everything that I prayed for. Force. You got to take action. Force. You got to say, I'm going to do this thing. The sun rises in the east, sets in the west. The Pope's a Catholic. I'm going to do this.
You got to get yourself force. You got to get yourself real hyped up to do some of the stuff I see you doing. Because I just showed y'all the one video of the very petite young lady that broke the board. She was focusing through the board, not on the actual board. But here's another clip of Dr. Breakthrough. Now, I want to play this right quick. Here we go. Let's see.
Don't try this at home.
Don't try this on your own without some help. Here we go. Wait a minute. All right.
Fired up.
Yeah, I want to play that again. Let's see. Okay. 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 So I know what you're saying, that can happen, right?
Yes, that's a kia, by the way, in the martial arts, a loud yellow groan used to bring out your inner strength. And it helps you to, they say scientists have proven you can increase your strength capacity by 10%. So with that force, that yell with that force, that kia, right? And so anyway, so that's the step of the as force. Can we go to number 6? Because I know time is running out.
Number 6, please.
Number 6 is follow through. See, most people, they're ready to get started, but they won't follow through. And so oftentimes that board, you got to aim through it, but guess what? You got to follow through. You got to keep on going. And sometimes, see, they tell me you can hit a rock with a hammer sometimes up to 100 times and nothing happens. It doesn't even look like nothing's happened. And the next time you hit it, bam, it breaks wide open. And that's the way it is with a breakthrough. I mean, you're trying, you're believing, you're doing all this stuff and nothing seems to be happening. But listen, you just got to have follow through, keep on going. The next thing you know, bam, it happens. Well, they say 10,000 hours, right, in the world. So guess what, my friend? I'm telling you, you got to have the follow through. You foul out when you don't follow through.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Vanita says, I have a tickle in my throat. Sorry. Force is time to take action.
That's right.
Yes, man. Okay, so number 6, breakthrough plan is follow through. So that's how you get from there to the opposite end.
Right. Follow through. So many people start but don't finish. You got to follow through. You got to follow. That's what I love about you. You're such a thorough follow-up type person, Kim. It's amazing. And people that get things done, they have to follow through. A lot of people start stuff. A lot of people apply some force, but they don't have the follow through, right? And you just got to keep on applying and keep on following through. And lastly, number 7 is fasting. Fasting. You say fasting. Yeah, that's doing without something in the physical so you can accomplish something even more. All right. Oh, come on, somebody. So I started this as a teenager. I started learning how to fast, go without food. And so as my body would cry out for food, I would cry out to be closer to God and cry out because the greatest book ever written says this kind can come forth by nothing but by prayer and fasting. And some of the bigger breakthroughs, you won't get it unless you learn. You got to learn to do without some stuff. Got to turn off the television. Come on, somebody. You got to stay away from some different crowds of people. And fasting is not just about food. It's about staying away from some things so that you can attach yourself and focus on the bigger, more grander things. And those that want to get a breakthrough, especially with this formula, you have to have that time of fasting where you set yourself apart. And that's what will make it happen.
Okay. And someone said that they're like, look, wait a minute. I just joined. So I need to know what the 7 steps are. I'm going to let
Get
you
the book.
Yeah, you gotta go back and watch here. But
number one is forgiveness. Number 2 is faith. Number 3 is facts. Number 4, focus. Number 5, force or take action. Number 6, follow through. And number 7 is fasting.
Okay, I think I might have them slightly out of order, but here's the point. Here are all 7 of them right here. So you can screenshot it, the person that just joined. Okay, forgiveness, faith, facts, focus, force, and then actually number 6 is follow through, and number 7 is fasting. But those are all 7 of them. Thank you so much, Backstage Mackenzie, typing so quick. Appreciate it. All right, so those are the 7 steps. Now, if you apply these 7 steps according to what Dr. Breakthrough is saying, what kind of happens for that person from your perspective, based on your own experiences?
Again, well, not just my experience. I got many testimonials of people that applied it and they got their breakthrough exploding through a barrier that at one time seemed insurmountable. If you use this in the area of finances, you'll learn to get a financial breakthrough. Like I started a business. I decided I wanted to do $20,000 in my first month. I used these 7 steps and not just did that, I exceeded that. Right. But I have so many people that have done, and a lot of times it's just one of these points. Sometimes it's just that faith. Sometimes it's just the force. It's just to take an action. Sometimes it's just to follow through. Right. But yes, so we have people with all kind of breakthroughs, financial breakthroughs, psychological breakthroughs, marital breakthroughs. One lady went through my 21-day breakthrough challenge. She said her marriage of 40 years, she said in all 40 years, her husband, he's always been like a super type 8 driven. She's always kind of like been the back end. And when it comes to making decisions, he would always just make the decisions, right? And finally, she said, he came to her, he went through the challenge. He said, baby, I've been wrong all these years. He's like, you know what? We got a decision to make, and I want you to make the decision. And she said, baby, I've never wanted to make the decision. I just wanted us to come together. And so he said, okay, let's do that. And they said when they did that, it resulted in $122,000 that she told me she had just deposited. She said, so I'm going to take your challenge again. I was like, I'm going to take my 21-day challenge myself again.
Now, how do people take your 21-day challenge?
Well, first of all, they also can get the free gift by going to www.theinternetmentor.com. There's a free gift, a free webinar, but then you can purchase the 21-day challenge there if you'd like to take that challenge. And there you go. Thank you very much. And so you can see there's a free webinar called The Art of Selling Without Selling. And that's not about selling things so much as selling content. See, I had to sell myself on that deal. I can succeed. I am worthwhile. I am a champion. And so you got to stop selling yourself short and start selling yourself on the idea that you can and you will. Matter of fact, here's the way champions say it. I will until. Oh, come on.
I will until. I love that. I'm going to take this down. I just want to make sure people get a chance to screenshot this and make sure you grab your free gift at theinternetmentor.com. I also put it in the comment section for you, but you don't want to miss this opportunity. The Art of Selling Without Selling, or How to Sell Without Being a Sellout. I love that, you guys. And you're learning from someone that has mastered many different areas of his life. He is actually in the Martial Arts Hall of Fame, and he's also in the Motivational Speakers Hall of Fame as well. And so he's speaking from experience, and not only from experience, he's talking from a family perspective as well. So this man is practicing according to what he's sharing today, what he preaches, right? And you're modeling it at home. This is your family. Tell us about them.
All 8. Yeah, I had 4. Nadia had 4. We came together. We got 8. And we just did a vow renewal ceremony. And that's the first time that all 8 were able to be there at the same time. And so we had us a time. And so it's just a blessing. The Bible says children are inheritance of the Lord. So they're all blessings, and we're just so blessed to have them. And by the way, I got a 24/7 hotline, breakthrough hotline. That's 717-275-3508, which is how people can book me to speak or whatever else. But just call to listen to it. A lady called the other day and I answered the phone. She said, "No, Dr. Breakthrough." I was like, "Excuse me?" She said, "I got a friend that was so discouraged." And she said, "If you just hear this man's voicemail, it'll change your day." So she said, "Hang up. I'm going to call back. Don't answer. We just got to hear it." And then I got the idea, and I started having people just call to listen in. And I got some people to call about every couple of weeks just to hear the message. Okay. So 717-275-3508. Call it. It'll change.
I'm calling that today. Yes. Y'all make sure that y'all call that number when you get off the broadcast and get your motivational message from Dr. Breakthrough himself. And we don't want him to answer, right? We want to be able to hear what the message is. So when I call, I want to hear what's going to be said.
Hello, this is Dr. Stan Harris, known as Dr. Breakthrough. Thank you for calling. If you're in a hurry, press the star key that will skip over this message and allow you to leave your message. I promise I'll return your call as promptly as I can. However, if you do not leave a message, I promise I won't call you. Hey, listen, I'm too blessed to be depressed, too blessed to be stressed, too glad to be sad, and too anointed to be disappointed. Now I'm too legit to quit. By the way, I soar with the eagles. I run with the runners. Occasionally, I'll walk with the walkers. I don't have a whole lot of time to talk with the talkers. I'm not going to sit with the sitters. By God's grace, I'll never quit with the quitters. So just remember, when God gets the blessing, the devil gets the messing. Some folk are stressing, but we keep pressing.
Oh, shooky dookie. So y'all make sure y'all call and get your motivational message 24/7. Powerful breakthrough messages that are placed right there at 717-275-3508. And I do want to pop one more thing up because I thought this was amazing. And it's saying, where are we doing here? Let's see. This is some good stuff. This is laying on a bed of nails. Bricks broken off of me with a sledgehammer. You gotta have a whole lot of faith for that right there. Let's see that.
Let me get the video.
Quick.
That's him on the floor. Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't know how many of us will be willing to lay on a bed of nails until we go through the whole 21 days and get that faith on the inside, right?
By the way, Kim, one of the things I do when I speak is I call out like 5 or 10 of the strongest people in the room, and I let them punch me as hard as they can in the stomach. And so far, I've been punched over 1 million times. I've never been hurt. And what happens, they use this bounce right off. And I use as an illustration about when I was a child, when they hit me, my body absorbed all the shock and I got hurt. But after all these years of practice and building myself up, now I actually have had many people that have broken a wrist or knuckle when they hit me, and it bounces right off. And I teach that to say, the thing right now that's knocking the air out of you, you can grow as a person, you can get stronger, and one day just bounces right off of you. Come on now. So take those 7-step breakthrough formula. Get my book, Your Breakthrough is Guaranteed, and allow it to empower you. And keep tuning in to the Kim Jacobs Show. And I tell you what, your training, by the way, is off the hook. Off the hook.
Thank you. And you all are going to be hearing more about that because he actually is going through our training course on how to start your own show from scratch. So his show is coming down the pike real soon, and you definitely don't want to miss that. If you're interested in starting your own show from scratch, all you need to do is go and visit KimJacobsConsulting.com. It is right at the top of this banner here, KimJacobsConsulting.com.
Go now.
And register, and I will be working with you one-on-one for 6 straight weeks for 1 hour per week. So listen, any closing comments, Dr. Breakthrough, real quick?
Yes, if you think you are beaten, you are. And if you think you dare not, you won't. If you like to win but think you can, it's almost a cinch you won't. If you think you will lose, you've already lost. For this powerful truth be fine. Success begins with a person's will. It's all a state of mind. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger woman or man, but sooner or later, those who win are those who first think and then know that they can. And we know you can, especially with the KimJacobsConsulting.com and Dr. Breakthrough.
All right. All right. So I know that you have a big event coming up soon, and I want to make sure that everybody, and I got to make sure I send this again because I don't see it here, but I want to make sure that I put that over there for people. Oh, that's why, because I didn't send it. Okay. Yes. I was like, where is it? All right. I'm about to break through my own mental distress here, trying to think of where did the photo go? But I have a photo that I want to put up. While that's coming through, I want to let everybody know that this Saturday is our 5K walk that we have in honor of my son, Gabriel Michael Jacobs. When he transitioned from here, we want to be able to keep his heart beating. So every year we do a 5K walk on September 24th, and it's the 4th Saturday of every year. And the funds that we receive, we do a full week of random acts of kindness called Doing It Gabe's Way. So make sure that you all check that out. And if you're able to come, great. Walk with us virtually or in person. If for some reason you cannot participate, definitely just go on and donate, because we're going to be putting that to random acts of kindness. All right. So let me put this image up. You have a really special event coming up, and these are going to be our closing comments, and we're going to be getting off here. Tell us about this event.
By the way, I usually do 5,000 steps every day. I did 10,000 already before this show, and we'll be speaking for the Ziegler Corporation here. And then this, you see, pathwaytoprosperity.com. You're going to see me, Bishop T.D. Jakes, Grant Cardone, Dr. Myron Golden, and many, many others will be there in Hollywood, Florida. And so October 20th through the 22nd, the beautiful thing is you'll get a good discount if you'll go on the website and you put in breakthrough. Just put in breakthrough. So if you want to attend, or you know someone who wants to, and by the way, I'm telling you, the power of events, the power of being around other people that help to pull the best out of you. And that's what my wife and I have done. We've dedicated our life to educate, elevate, and empower people to break through any barrier that would hinder their success. And we do that by empowering you to break to the best version of yourself. So, hey, meet me there if you can, or send somebody there, get the message out, and we appreciate you. And Kim, thank you very much for what you do to make a difference in people's lives. You need to be called Lady Breakthroughs and some of the things that you're doing. I know you're the doctor, the helping people to be balanced and all that. And you're real, you're relevant, you're relatable, and you are incredible. So thank you for all that you do.
Thank you so much. And thank you and your entire family for what you're doing to bring.
And shout out to Les Brown, who connected us. He called me and he said, I want you to meet this lady. And he said, hold on a second. I said, okay. Next thing I know, you were saying hello.
And so thank you so much, Dr. Les Brown, for connecting us. And thank you, Dr. Breakthrough, for going through the course. You're going to be having a formal graduation soon and revealing your whole show to the world. So anyway, thank you all. faith forget. I see a lot of things. Yes, Lady Breakthrough. I love it. I see all of your comments. We'll see you all again very soon here on the Kim Jacobs Show at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time weekdays.
Wait a minute. I made a mistake. You can't be called Lady Breakthrough. That's my wife. You're the lady of a breakthrough. That's what I meant to say.
Oh,
okay. Okay.
You got a text. Your wife like, you better correct that before you get. Let me put Nadia.
Don't get too happy now.
She's like you done went too far. I can see her looking at you like,
forgive me.
You're going to be sleeping on the couch.
Hey, she told me one time, I know how to handle Breakthrough, Dr. Stan, all y'all.
God bless you. Listen, everybody, have a
ever.
great day, and I'll see you all soon.
All right, thank you. God bless.
Bye-bye. You're amazing. Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of the Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that